Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly reading here, going from the 19th to the 25th of August. Really coming into your autumn period here. There seems to be a little bit, the cards are flying all over the place. There's your overall energies, by the way, on your reading for this week. Here's your karmic path for your relationship side. Here's your karmic path for your financial side. Influence from the universe, and how the universe is influencing all of that with coincidences or synchronicities within your life. And here is about your past self as well, as how you can, what's brought you to where you are and what you can glean from your past in order to help you streamline your future. And here is your future, and what is your future willing you on more than anything else. And the decisions or the lessons or the information you can take out of this week. Now, as I started this reading, I get a certain feeling within the left kidney. So if anybody's having problems with your left kidney, healing to you. Okay. But also this is a general reading. So it's maybe concerns about your financial future. That could well be it. And a little bit of woes and worries about that. We'll see as it comes out. You know, these worries could maybe unfounded. Basically, you may be worried yourself about nothing. We'll see. Let's go in with the overall energies. I hope you have a lovely reading. Yeah, on your relationship side, there's it's like there's something that's coming together that's tying your connection with the world around you, within your sociable life, within your relationships, but also connecting to your past and also connecting to your future aspirations or your dreams and desires for what you wish to live in regards to your relationships and so forth. It's very, very powerful. It's goes across the board from past, present to future in a way. And with this sort of like connection with the whole lot, it's going to make you feel very empowered in a very happy-go-lucky sort of way, of sort of a lot of security within it, within that side. On your financial side, there is decisions that need to be made out of this, and it's to do with the karmic path of what you're living, the pathway of which you have decided to embark upon. There's decisions that need to be made about that. That's what the overall energy is. Well, you get the Five of Swords. There is this feeling of a certain internal conflict, or it could be a conflict with someone or a company or a some sort of conflict that it's petty stuff. It doesn't really, you don't get anything out of winning this battle, Scorpio. You don't get anything out of winning this battle in a way. And I think this is what the realization is coming from within you, that this is, they're not worth it, or this situation's not worth it, or that company's not worth it. I'm not going to get involved in it anymore. And that's the feeling I get out of it, over this overall energy. It's almost, it's like sort of, sometimes I say you can win a lot more and losing, because the energy you put into fighting something, the rewards you get out of it do not merit the amount of energy you need to put into it. So it's better to cut your losses and just to sort of kind of go, right, you know, I'm going to save that energy for me and for the glorious life that I can live. Let's just see what's going on your relationship side. Well, the relationship side, you've got your karmic path that's tied into the past. There's something here that's sort of like, you know, there seems to be a clarification of something that's happened in the past. We saw that last week. It should be sort of coming through in your life at the moment, really, more than anything else. And now it will be defining your future. And it's freeing you from the shackles of the past, basically. On the universal side, it's playing beautifully out. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot more coming into your life than you're putting out. So you don't have to put out much in order to get a lot back, which is really good. And the universe is playing that in a very beautiful way. That's what's making that happy-go-lucky, joyous aspect of you connecting with the outside world and everyone that is around you. When your past self is playing into this karma here, it's also playing into your past. So this is where I think you're letting go of that past thing and not allowing it to define your future, basically. And your future self, it's got a lot of energy. There's some of it tied into this overall energy, but it's a very good pillar. It's a huge potential. There's a little bit that's going out into a future. So this is what I'm saying, where you don't need to put much out into the future to get a lot back into your life. And I think you're realizing this is allowing you to also be have control over your energy so you don't lose, you know, your energy to situations that are just sort of detrimental more than anything else. The lesson that comes out of this week here, the understanding that comes out of this week here, it's a beautiful flower. It's almost like the gift that the eternal gift of life that you are giving to yourself. And it's almost as if like you're giving yourself the permission to enjoy, you know, and blow the consequences in a way, rather than sort of kind of, I can't do that because if I do that, that person there will be upset and stuff like that. That may be not your problem. Why should you not enjoy life because that may upset someone else? That means two people are not enjoying life. If you start enjoying life, then maybe you can help that other person to realize what they're doing wrong. And then they can kind of go, do you know what? I should live life as well. So there's a lot of constructive stuff that comes out of this relationship thing at the past thing that's going on. Yeah, and this is your karmic path, Hermit. It's all to do with the past. It's understanding. It's the Hermit card is I think personally is the most spiritual person on this in the deck, because the Hermit has had to do the long, hard road, going round the mountains. And the thing is, we talk about seeing our shadow side. We only see our shadow side when we're standing in the sun, when the sun is shining in our life. That's the obscure thing about it. You know, when things are going really right and really good, that's when we can tend to not pay attention to the detail, and then we don't see our shadow side because we tend to be facing the sun. And if we're facing the sun, the shadow side is behind us. But at the same time, the Hermit goes round the mountains, therefore he's going to go round the dark side of the mountain. And that's when he will miss his shadow side and realize his shadow side. So it's understanding that we have both sides of us, and that shadow side we should be very attentive of it when we are standing in the light. And I think this is where you're learning about, or something's coming through where you're cutting ties to the past in a way that allows you to stand in the sunshine, basically. Yeah, the universe is getting out there, and getting out there is going to provide those healthy boundaries. Once you start engaging with people and really start recognizing the beautiful people that are around you that are worthwhile investing in, and they are investing in you, this is going to create that a good network which is going to look after you as much as you can look after them. And it's a very honorable sort of like healthy boundaries between you and other people that are around you. In the past, and that plays into here, it's like you might have been in the past sort of saying, am I ever going to get to that point? Am I ever going to get to that point? And I think yes, I think you are getting to that point now. I think in the past, your happiness may have seemed impossible, but now it's possible. It's starting to look possible simply because the world around you is changing. And in the future self, you get the 5 of Wands here. Yeah, you have a huge amount of energy. If you do have to defend yourself, you know, you're very well equipped to do that now. And you're giving this beautiful gift to yourself. And this beautiful gift is this person here. This person here is extracting themselves from a 4 of Wands scenario, an old paradigm that is conflictual, and that may be a conflict within yourself as much as within another person. An old conflict that no longer serves its purpose. And you're learning in the process of exposing this and exploring this, you're learning how to extract yourself from the conflictual sort of situation. So then you can be the best example of yourself, the shining example that you so wish to be. Yeah. In the future self, you know, seeing yourself in a different light here. Seeing why not be, you know, why not go after your happiness? But in order to get this happiness, I think this is where you've got to realize that there's another way there's more than one ways to make a salad. I used to say skin a cat, but I don't like the idea of skinning cats. Not my forte. So I'm going to say there's more than one way to make a salad, you know, and this is where you're seeing that. You're seeing that within your life. You're seeing the way of doing things completely differently, of taking yourself out of that conflict and putting yourself into a place that is much more enjoyable for you. Yeah, it can be complicated whilst you're doing that, whilst you're taking yourself out of the conflict. And I think that's what you're going through this week. And yes, there's some aspects that can be actually quite complicated, but you've got to resist that urge to kind of go, oh, you're such an idiot. You got to resist it. Don't get involved in it. It will just distract you and take you off the pathway of kind of going, that's where I want to go. That's sort of an attitude that you've got to have to it. And that's where you've got to see things differently. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. There's a big karmic path here, but it is putting slightly into the past. There's not a lot of movement into the future. You may feel a little bit like you're caught in the rut, and that's what, or you're repeating the same thing, and it may not have worked out brilliantly for you before. This is where that worry, that kidney to the left-hand side comes into play. So there is obviously, it seems to be all about, incorporating the mistakes of the past. None of us are perfect, apart from, as you know, none of us are perfect. So it's just recognizing that of sort of, and it could be the imperfections of the world outside you. It could be the imperfections of a company that you were working with, or, a company you were working for, or, someone who was working for your business, or how you were presenting your business to the outside world. I think you need to, not necessarily mix it up, but certainly have a caterpillar to butterfly moment within your financial world. In your influence on the universe, there is a lot of connections to the past that is defining your future. And I think the universe is helping you to nurture that. There's something that needs to be finalized. That's what I'm getting here. And something that needs to be finalized. And that's what that butterfly to that caterpillar to butterfly moment. The past self here is playing into that. There's obviously been some sort of, it may be an internal conflict or a legal conflict with a company or something like that. It's just, that's what needs to be let go of, I think. And your future self is really trying to pull you forward. It's trying to pull you forward through dreams and aspirations, but be very clear about those dreams and aspirations. Don't fool yourself, or else you will only be disappointed. Be careful of the expectations that you give to what is possible. Okay, just be a little bit wary of that. And I think you'll be wary of that because of that. There's certain conflicts that just didn't really get you anywhere. And the lessons to be learned out of this week here. If it don't work, it don't work. If there's not a solution to be had, if from the outside world, or from a company, or from for doing your project or your business, if there's somebody in your company that are not willing to find a solution, then you're not going to find a solution. The only solution that is possible is that you bend the knee to their solution. That's the only possible by the looks of things. And I don't think that's a good idea. And I think this is where the message coming out of this week is sort of saying that, sort of like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Be straight about it. Be honest with yourself. And that's what I mean about the expectations within your life as well. On your karmic path, you get the Six of Swords. Yes, I think this is something from the past. You're coming from choppy waters where it might have been difficult to get your business off the ground, or your project off the ground, or getting ahead on your career path. I think that's all coming to an end. I think with this understanding of this conflict that's not worth winning, this understanding is now taking you to much calmer shores, and it's freeing you up as well. She is contained within that barge as she's crossing that water. And yes, she's getting help to cross that water, but she's also taking a young person with them, which is, the possibilities of tomorrow. And I think you've got to be realistic about those possibilities of tomorrow. You get the Eight of Cups here. Yeah, the world is being curious. It's being very curious about what has been holding you back. And I think the universal energy is bringing that to the fore and forcing you to be curious about the reality of what you can gain out of a situation, of what you can gain out of your business or out of your projects and stuff like that. That curiosity seems to be there totally. Look at that. You've now got 2 8s down this side here. It's all about, you've put in the hard work here. And I think this is where you may not, in the past, you may not have been given recognition for that hard work that you've done. But you've done the work. You've put in the effort into the business or the projects and so forth. And I think that's what you need to recognize in your future self. Look at that. You've got the 5, 6, 7 now. And the 7 of Swords is where when you get to Karma Shores, it's because you're going to be able to play a lot smarter here. Because you're getting yourself out of that conflictual sort of situation. You're allowing your curiosity to open up new doors. And it will be based upon something that is very substantial through the foundation of what the work you've done. And in your future self, you've got the 7 of Swords where you are going to start playing a lot smarter, basically. And that's going to open up the doorway to a great deal of possibilities. And the thing is, with a business, like a business is not like a business that kind of go, yeah, I did a business last week. Now, when you do a business, it tends to be for life, unless it fails, of course. The same thing with projects. Projects seem to have a shorter lifespan. Career path does have a longer span more than anything else. But here you have a situation where you are opening up to realizing what fruits are ready to be consumed, where the results are coming to you. When it works, it works. You're recognizing what works. And this is what helping you to be laser focused on where you should be going. And I think that's what the working smarter rather than harder comes into play with the 7 of Swords. Okay, let's just do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers card and let's see what's going on for you. Yeah, I think these conflicts in your past, certainly within your relationship side, was holding you back. It stopped you from being you, really truly being you. And I think you've realized that, and I think that's coming to an end. There is freedom in the air in regards to emotions and relationships, and allow that beautiful fragrance of freedom to come into your life. The Hermit card, not a fast moving card. There's something obviously in the past that needs to be finally dealt with. And I think you have dealt with it. That's what we saw last week. I think you have dealt with it. And now your karmic path is sort of saying to you, okay, which one of these waves of reality do you wish to take? Which one of these waves here on that card there do you wish to engage with? What is going to bring you the ultimate joy of riding that wave? And that's what, I think this is where you're sizing up the situation this week of how to take it forward. Do not get involved in conflictual things that are detrimental to you. Once you get those healthy boundaries in place with the people around you that you can trust, that there's a fair exchange, you know what I mean? You may not even be able to count them all on one hand. You may not be able to, you may not need more than one hand to count them. That's what I want to say. So, the true are few sometimes. And this is what is going to be part of your success going forward, where you can realize what in the past might have seemed impossible now is becoming possible. And yes, you have to take that leap of faith according to your past. And that's what's coming up on the surface to you. And in order to take that leap of faith, I think that's what's going to free you up from the conflictual paradigm of the past. A leap of faith of sort of kind of going, in the past it seemed impossible, but now I've got nothing to lose. Happiness or nothing. I forgot what the phrase is. Go big or go home is what someone else would say, but it's more of a case of kind of sort of like going all in. You're going all in, and this is it. The moment you extract yourself from that conflict and be the best example of yourself, that's when you get the golden nugget of happiness that comes into your life. And you're going to realize that getting that golden nugget was not the way in which you traditionally would do things in the past. You are changing. You are adapting. You're evolving in your spirit and in your energy in regards to connection with other people that are around you. And with the Hangman, look at that. You get the Page of Pentacles. That is the Page of Pentacles is bringing in that beautiful luck for you. That joyous energy of exploring how we develop a physical world that corresponds to us. Because the Page of Pentacles is learning that process of planting that seed, nurturing that seed, harvesting that seed, harvesting that fruit, making jam out of that fruit, eating that fruit and feeling very satisfied. It's quite a long journey, actually. It's not a short-termism here. It's all about the longer-term plan. And I think you're getting the golden seed this week within you to make you kind of go, that is going to make some really beautiful blueberry trees, blueberry bushes, so I can make some lovely blueberry jam that I love. That's the sort of thing that's happening here. Because blueberry jam is obviously the only jam to be ate. Why would you eat anything else but blueberry jam? I love blueberry jam, as you can well tell. So, yeah, I think this is what's happening for you here in this week. Let's go on to the financial side. Yeah, I think the curiosity here, I think you need to reorientate your passions from conflictual things that are within inside you. You have a huge amounts of potential. Once you start going in that direction and you start getting to that calmer shores, this is where it's going to provide that focus, that laser focus of what you need to do, of what works in the Nine of Pentacles. And that makes you, that's going to make you a lot more secure and very much more passionate about the direction you need to take. As I say, a reinventing of your business or so forth. I think within, yeah, in the universe here, within your curiosity, and I think the universe is bringing some stuff in from the past, doing some synchronicity or some coincidences from the past, that you know you were right. This ties into this. It's from the past, that Eight of Pentacles. You know you've done the work. And that King of Pentacles knows it as well. And it's time for you to sit in your power according to that. And to sit in your power will take you away from those conflictual situations. A king doesn't go out and fight. You know, he only goes out and fight is if it, you know, if there's, you know, his kingdom is under a threat. I don't think your kingdom's under a threat here. I just think you got annoying little people that, you know, or situations or businesses that are just trying to put a, you know, a stick in the wheel of your bicycle, you know, and cause you problems. And I think that's what you need to walk away from. With the Eight of Pentacles, you get the Queen of Pentacles. You've now got the King and the Queen of Pentacles out there. And this passionate idea that's going to come to the future comes out of this security of knowing your pathway, of knowing what you need to do in order to get to where you should be. It's perfect for you, really. And this knowledge of understanding that if you put in that work, you're going to get the results. That's why she sat at the tree of knowledge. She knows when that tree is going to give her fruit. You know that once you put in the work and start doing it, you're going to get the results. But the thing is, you're going to get the good results if you avoid those conflicts. And that's what the Seven of Swords is all about. Playing smart for your future. It is going to provide you a lot of healing, yes. So now we got 4, 5, 6, 7 of swords within this sort of like spiral of energy that's going from your inner energy through to your karmic path. And it finally comes out into your future. And playing smart is going to make you feel a lot more secure, a lot more happier, a lot more emotionally fulfilled about where you're going in regards to your business, your projects, or your career path. With the, look at this, we've got the Hangman twice at the top now. And that's where you get the Nine of Pentacles, sorry. The Hangman is now coming up with that. And also, I think this Hangman, once you see things differently, that's when you're going to become very, very passionate about your future. It's going to be very, very passionate about your future. That is knowing when the fruits are available and seeing things in a different light. So seeing things with the confrontation of the overall energies here. If you take yourself out of that and start living your dream, then therefore you will not have, you know, you will see what is true and what is possible really more than anything else. What is really possible within your life. I want to take one more card on the overall energies according to your financial side, because I want to see what this conflict is all about. What's it concerning? Yeah, there's something in the past, obviously. I think, as I said, I think there may be someone in the past who actually just didn't give you the credit that you were due. And I don't think you've been treated, I don't think you feel like you've been treated fairly. And this is sparking that sort of ace of wands within your life, which is going to allow you to really go on to the future in a very, very passionate way. There you go, Scorpio. Really deep readings at the moment. It could be me, I don't know, but nothing but deep readings at the moment. It's absolutely beautiful. I hope you get the best out of this. Thank you very much for all the support you show this channel through the YouTube system. It's very much appreciated. I'd like to say that Chris, who's putting out the Astroflower on his YouTube channel, he does a lot of things about spreading the love and light and, well, not love and light, love and laughter. That's what I want to say about life and recognizing where things are really going well. I do like watching it, Chris. It's absolutely brilliant. I put a link to his channel down in the descriptive. You might want to go and check it out. He's got a lot of connections with a lot of different people doing a lot of different things and doing music as well and stuff like that. It's actually amazing. Very beautiful, vibrant energy coming out of that channel. So yeah, go and have a look at it and see how it fits for you. It's absolutely beautiful. Yes, I will see you soon at one point or another, no matter when. All that's left for me to say is don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.